Oh dear. Take two. Hello and welcome to another edition of A Priest Abroad. This week I went up a small mountain. I think it stood at something like 675 metres. It may have been less, do not quote me. And it's called Lovely Seat, which is a remarkable name and a pretty name, because there is actually a seat when you get up there, which is the cairn which forms the seat. Talking of seats, I took up my brand new, almost, Fjallraven Singi Stubben, odd name, which you can sit on because it has a steel construction within it. I didn't need to sit on it in the end, but it was a good experiment anyway because I wanted to haul the thing up. It's not light. I think it's about just over 2 kilos. But it had my tripod and various other bits and bobs in it and food and this, that and the other. And I wanted to see how it fared being taken up a mountain. Only a small mountain, of course, the Yorkshire Dales mountain. And we all know that Yorkshire is God's own county. And it was a thoroughly enjoyable day, but as you'll see, it was extremely windy. So do enjoy the video, and lovely to see you all again. God bless. seat. I'm actually sitting at the bottom of the seat. I would sit at the top of the seat, which is behind me. This is a lovely seat, which is a seat and a cab. And you can sit on it, but the problem today is the winds. They're gusting 70, and one can't really hear oneself think up there. I've just had a lovely spot of lunch. Really just testing my legs. First outing of this autumn season, and quite a pleasant journey out. Birdie seems to have enjoyed it. I've had my olives, my cheese, my chorizo, spicy. I'm now having a cup of green tea. It's Hong Pao, which is grown on the side of a mountain somewhere in China, and only on one side of a mountain apparently, and only on one particular mountain, which makes it quite a rare tea, and it's tasty. I shall probably see you at the bottom of the hill. Do remember to subscribe, please like, from a very blowy Yorkshire Dales fan. See you on the next video. Back now through the Yorkshire Dales. So beautiful. It was a hell of a windy day. I really ought to invest in one of those windometers. Not sure what they're called, but they obviously gauge the wind. I mean, I would say in my amateurish fashion it was 70 gutterly. I was getting blown literally off the mountain. Anyway, that was a lovely little caveat, not the longest hike by any means, nor the highest mountain by any means, but it is technically a mountain. Lovely seat it's called. Quite a nice name that. And it's one I haven't done and one that needed doing. And knocking off my list of Yorkshire Dales mountains. People get a bit upset about the word mountain. But anything over, I think it's 600 feet, I can't see, is it 600 metres or 3,000 odd feet, is technically in this country a mountain. So I call them mountains. And some people say they're not mountains, they're just big hills. Well, it doesn't really matter what you call them, it's good exercise and you feel very good. I thoroughly recommend you getting out there and having a go yourself. They're very accessible, and you feel quite marvellous having summited these big hills. My boss once said to me, he said, "Mountains? They're not mountains." I said, "Well, I'd like to see you get up one." That. The phone went dead. Well, I hope you join me again on another one of my trips. This has been a pleasant first cabbie out this autumn, just testing my legs really, and also testing this Fjallraven Stubben. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Stubben. And it was quite a heavy pack, so I took quite a bit of weight up there. I took my tripod, which I wasn't able to use because the winds were just too strong, and I could see my... But I was able to take various bits of kit up with me, fill the Fjallraven haversack, which is a heavy thing in itself because it's got a steel body within it, which means you can actually sit on it, which I never did. I sat on the lovely seat, which is another name for the cairn also, to have my lunch. Well, I didn't actually sit on the Fjallraven, but I have in the past, and it can take my weight. I believe it can take a lot more. But it really functioned very well, especially for a little summit like that. I'm not sure I'd want to go wild camping with it, with more kit in, but I might do if I can get some lightweight kit in there. But I rather like it. So it was a first outing for that. It was a first outing for my legs this autumn. I've got back in one piece and wasn't overly strenuous. So that bodes well for the rest of autumn and winter.